So cutting out your daily coffee is not going to make you a millionaire, but focusing on $100,000 decisions will. Stop listening to money advice from broke people and let's talk about why you are wasting 80% of your time and energy on the wrong things. And when I'm talking about $100,000 decisions, what I really just mean is that you don't need to spend all your time and energy just focusing on saving a little bit of money by making your coffee at home, only to then turn around and go out and buy a $50,000 car when you make $50,000 a year. These are just really big choices that we have to make now that are going to have a huge impact on our financial future. There's 8 major categories that we're going to talk about that $100,000 decisions tend to fall into. But before we do that, we have to talk about $100 decisions. I see it all the time. There's always somebody who's broke out there telling you that you need to spend all your time focusing on getting your grocery bill down or going out and making sure that you skip the avocado toast every other time that you're having brunch. Now hear me out. I am not saying that you shouldn't pay attention to what you're spending on a daily basis, but it should only be 20% of where your time and energy regarding your finances is really spent. Because these things can definitely add up, but at the end of the day, they don't come close to having the impact as making smart $100,000 decisions do. So let's commit right now to making a shift in our focus around the financial decisions that we're really paying attention to, because that is what is going to ultimately explode your net worth. Okay, so how do we identify these $100,000 decisions that we have to make in our lives? Well, we identify the things that have the largest impact for growth and savings. So let's break down 8 major categories of $100,000 decisions that you need to make sure you're spending a lot of time thinking about and building a plan around. Career moves is one of the most obvious and important $100,000 decisions that we can make, because whether it's getting promoted and climbing the corporate ladder or focusing on investing in your skill set so you can earn more per hour or per job or whatever it is that you do, that is going to have a direct impact on your income, which over the span of 10 years will have hundreds of thousands of dollars of implications on it. The problem is when it comes to your career, most people rely on their job to get them additional training. They don't go out and look for it themselves. Don't let that happen to you. If you want to get promoted, work with your bosses to make sure you understand what the requirements are. Have regular meetings with them. Take them out to lunch every once in a while. Ask them how you can grow as a professional, and then when the time comes to try to earn that promotion, you should be way ahead of a lot of the competition that didn't do that. And most of the richest people on the planet will tell you that investing in yourself and your skill sets, whether it's upskilling on your primary money-making skill or reskilling in areas that are complementary to your primary skill, are some of the best things that you can do to increase your income. Location, location, location. There's a reason that saying is one of the most famous ones in all of real estate, because it doesn't just matter for the pricing of a home. It matters because of the cost of living and the opportunities that are going to be available to you. This is where lifestyle design is so important, because sure, you can move to a big city like New York and you're going to have a lot of opportunity there depending on what you do, but you're also going to have a lot of competition there and an extremely high cost of living. Versus moving to Montgomery, Alabama, where you could probably get a massive house for not that much, but there aren't as many opportunities or possibilities for you there. So that is why having a strategy for the life that you want to live and the opportunities that you want to take a chance on are so important. And choosing your location on where you're going to do this is one of the biggest factors when it comes to building wealth and one of the most impactful $100,000 decisions that you can make. Your investment strategy is one of the most obvious $100,000 decisions that most people actually do think about, but a lot of people are thinking about it wrong. Sometimes people talk about the rule of 7 income streams, and they're like, oh, the average millionaire has 7 income streams. And what people think that means is that, oh, they're invested in stocks and in real estate and in crypto and in businesses. That's not exactly what that means. The 7 income streams is actually usually referring to the fact that they have 7 of the same type of income stream. So maybe that's multiple different stocks. Maybe that's multiple different real estate opportunities, whatever the case may be. Most people build their wealth the fastest by getting awesome at doing one thing, and then they diversify later on. So don't get that confused. Make sure that you have a strong investment strategy in place that is going to help you build wealth the fastest, that's aligned to the life that you want to live. This $100,000 decision is one of the most important in the modern day, but we do not talk about it enough. And that is your personal brand. Today, you have the ability to speak to tens of thousands, if not millions of people through this tiny little device, essentially for free. And that's something that we've never been able to do before. So having a well-defined personal brand that has a well-crafted outgoing strategy associated with it can help you create new opportunities to get hired, help you hire people if you own your own business, bring business to your business, help you get speaking engagements. There are so many different ways that you can make money when you have a personal brand that separates you from everybody else. So investing in that is going to be the newest $100,000 decision that you can make and one of the most impactful. The $100,000 decision that has the biggest upside by far is going to be starting your own business. When you look at the statistics, it shows that 95% of people with a net worth of over $5 million all own their own business. At the end of the day, owning your own business is a really big risk, but the upside potential to it is absolutely unlimited. Now, personally, I don't think everybody should be an entrepreneur, but I do think there's a lot of people who should be an entrepreneur that aren't. So that being said, make sure that when you're considering this, spend a lot of time figuring out who you are, what you would do, and if that's a path that you want to go down. So this $100,000 decision does come with a little bit of a caveat, and that is tax strategies. It's really only going to be super impactful in the short term if you already have a lot of money. If you're somebody who's getting a regular tax return, you're only making $60,000 a year or something like that, then this really isn't going to have a huge impact on you unless we're talking about decades. But if you are somebody who has a lot of assets, you have a lot of money, how you depreciate those things and the different type of tax strategy that you have set up can be really impactful. Now, this $100,000 decision is one that the majority of people have to pay more attention to, and that is your health. If you do not take care of your body and you do not take care of your mind and you do not take care of your spirit, then guess what? You are going to have increased costs. You're going to have a loss of opportunity costs. Your insurance is going to go up. You're not going to be as capable to be as productive as somebody who does have a healthy body and a healthy mind and a healthy spirit. So taking care of your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health is going to be one of the most impactful $100,000 decisions that you can make, and it's one of the most overlooked. This $100,000 decision is the one that we ignore the most, and that is lifestyle choices, specifically who you're going to marry and the top 5 people that you hang out with the most. This isn't my opinion. This is rooted in data over generations. The person that you decide to marry is going to be one of the most impactful decisions that you're going to have on your wealth over your lifetime. And people who stay married are 70% more likely to become millionaires than people who don't. The other thing that's super clear and obvious through data and just common sense is that your top 5 closest friends or people that you talk to the most are going to be what you end up like. So if your top 5 closest friends or people that you hang out with are not talking about things like investment strategies, starting a business, taking care of your body, and different things like that, I can guarantee you that you are not going to be as successful as someone who has a friend circle that does. So whenever you're focused on these big decisions, use this lifestyle design framework that I use when you're talking about them. The first thing that you need to do is ask yourself the question, does this fit in with my goals and what I want for my life? Second, get specific about what it is and then research what the investment or cost is going to be. The next thing that you want to do is prioritize the things that are going to have the highest potential return. And then the next thing that you need to do is go out and find coaching to get systems and techniques that will accelerate your results and increase your chances of success. So let's shift 80% of your focus on your finances to these $100,000 decisions so you can start to take action and build the life that you want. Because if you don't design the life that you want, then society is going to do it for you. And a lot of people are really unhappy with the life that society has provided them. So don't be a victim in your story. Take action and be the hero.